In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front impact absorber on this Toyota Tacoma. Let's get started. Underneath each corner of the bumper on the frame, you'll see two 14mm bolts. Let's remove both from both sides. I'm going to leave them threaded in partially until I have everything ready to disconnect. That way the bumper doesn't fall off, of course. Do the same to the other bolts on the other side. On each side, you'll have to disconnect the turn signal bulb. Just press on the tab, wiggle the connector, and pull it off. Now you can also just twist counterclockwise on the socket. That should pop it out of the housing. However, then you have a ball just hanging out here. So I like to avoid that method if possible. That way I don't damage the ball by accident. There we go. Do this to both sides, of course. On each side, you are supposed to have a bracket with a bushing that looks like this, and well, the bushing's supposed to actually go right through here, the bolt with the bushing. In my case, this is already rotted off. Typically, you would disconnect it up here, or you could just loosen this 10mm mounting nut up. That'll release pressure off the bushing. And this bracket on the bumper is actually slotted, so you can slide this bumper backwards, down, and out. Once again, both of mine are completely missing and not doing anything, so there's nothing I can do about them. They're already disconnected. Once you're ready to remove the bumper, make sure you take both of the bolts out on each side completely. Get them out of the way. There is a pin, which is this right here. It goes through the frame, or on top of it actually. It kind of hooks on. The bumper will stay on to these brackets until you pull it off. Just be careful because it can fall. Now you should be able to pull the bumper right off. Of course, it still has those points on the corners that need to slide out. There we go. Through each of these holes will be a 12mm nut. There are 4 in total. Let's take all 4 off and pull the impact absorber off. Save the mounting nuts because we will be reusing them. And do the same on the other side. Now give this a wiggle. If it's stuck, pull it away, and there it is. When you install the new one, you'll notice that on the back side, the holes will be offset closer to one side rather than the other. You want to make sure that the holes are further down when you put it on, not further up, otherwise the bumper won't fit over this. Doing that will basically offset this slightly higher, and that's what you want. Get the 2 mounting nuts started. Make sure you start them by hand, that way they don't cross thread. Before you tighten any of them, start all of them. And once both of these are started, I'm going to tighten them up. Do the same to the other side. The torque for all 4 of these is 30 foot-pounds. There we go, that's installed. Now bring the bumper assembly in. Try to line it up with the brackets that come off of the frame on the vehicle side. Push it in. Just like that. It should pretty much stay in place. And now if you still have the 2 corner brackets, for me they're completely rotten away and useless, not doing anything, but if you still had those, you'd want to hook the bumper in, up, and back out to basically get those bushings caught on. Like I said, for me there's nothing there to hook onto. On each side, make sure the bumper bracket lines up and then install the bolts. Now you want to make sure that it's lined up equally on both sides, evenly, as well as with the body. You want the body line between the fender, the headlights, and the grille to be even with the top of the bumper cover. Once you've achieved that, tighten these up, 14mm socket. The torque on these is going to be 35 foot-pounds. Do the same to the other side. Don't forget to plug in the directional bulb on both sides. Once you're done with that, check the alignment of your front bumper assembly, make sure it's all good, and there you go, job is done.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.